Well, hello once again, web travelers and Facebookers. This is Steve of the Desert Wasteland. And I say that because I live in the high desert of Nevada. And it is scorching hot. It has been over 90 degrees, 36 days straight. That's every day since the first day of summer. And that's kind of unusual for here, well, right now in the 90s, in late July. Okay, but not in June. So, and it's a fires, it's so bone dry here that any little spark sets off a big raging wildfire. So our air is polluted. There's a, God man, Dittmeiler or something fire just outside of Yosemite, thank God, on the California border. Down south is blowing its filthy air up through here, all those contaminants and particles in the air, and man, it's really taking a toll on especially on my little gray cat, because she's got asthma, and the other one too. Actually, both cats have developed allergies in their older years, so I have to sometimes give them an allergy pill between the two. I chop it up and put it in their food. They never know, to help them. So, which is okay by the vet, as long as it's only 5 milligrams, no more. Because cats are smaller than us, you know. You can't overdo things. But anyway, so yeah, today is July 21st, I believe, and it's very hot day now. It's near 4 o'clock, and it's over 90 degrees out there. But it won't get that. I mean, it'll like reach 94 or 95 maybe, and to me that's not that hot. If you, after 36 days of over 90, you get used to the feel of 90-degree weather, and anything lower than 100 is like a cool day, you know. It's weird, I know. So anyway, I'm in the kitchen, and I got chronic pain from my illness and stuff, okay? You've read about it. I talk about that stuff, and I'm not afraid to share the medical stuff. I have nothing to hide, because other people are probably out there that have it or are just starting to get it, and it's always good to share with other people. It helps them, the information, you know. I share what pills I take for my diabetic nerve pain, and you know, other people may say, hey, I need to get that, you know. But yeah, so I'm inside the house, and you know, in the smoky weather, I close it up and turn on the AC and have the fans blow the cool air around the house, you know, because I've got one of those cheap-ass wall mount air conditioners that older apartments have. It works really great. It gets real cold, like in my truck. And my truck's a 99, and I've always had good AC all these years, knock on wood. So, yeah, so I feel like a caged animal, you know, because I don't want that particulate matter getting in here. In fact, I'll show you in a minute what I mean by it, but I wanted to show you, I've been resting today because of the pain, but I have to have my supper, and so I wanted something good this time, so I'm making some black-eyed peas. I had a choice between split pea soup or black-eyed peas. Black-eyed peas is Southern soul food, and it's hella good when you cook it right. And being white, you'd think, oh, he didn't know what he's doing. Yes, I do, because my friend from Alabama showed me, and you can't get any closer than that. So anyway, this is a cast iron pot, and you know, I'm single, so I only make enough for myself. I think it's a 4-quart, I'm not sure, but that is 2 ham hocks, and as you can see, it's rolling because I put a little extra water in it to cover and make a real good, delicious ham smoked stock. And see the ham, oh, you should smell it. But see all that ham meat on there, that's all you need is 2 for a 1-pound bag. I'll show you in a minute. But in this water here, this stock, is some chopped celery and half an onion, 2 stalks of celery. Don't go overboard because it'll overpower the flavor. Some red pepper flakes and some couple of garlic cloves minced up, and a bay leaf. That's all you need. You don't need anything more. A lot of people go crazy. Now see, that has been reducing down. The water did cover the hocks, but I had to reduce it. And the way to do it is you turn the heat up a little bit and get it to a rolling boil. That's called a rolling boil. And then you you cover the pot, but leave it cracked, just like this, see? And that allows it to slowly go out. So in this case, though, being that it looks like just a little while longer, and then I'm going to put the lid on and then put the black-eyed peas in. Now, black-eyed peas are a kind of bean, but you don't have to soak them. Oh, okay. So anyway, I'm getting the bag out. Here they are. Look. It's a 1 pound bag. It looks like a lot, but you don't have to soak these. You wash them really good. You know, I've got a wire mesh strainer, so I put them in this, and it says, you know, you know, about how to cook them and everything. And let's see what the cooking directions: simmer gently with lid tilted 1 1/2 hours. See, so I've made the stock. So let's see. Yeah. To 1 pound beans, about 2 cups, add 6 to 8 cups of water. So as you can see in that pot, that's more than 6 to 8 cups, but I don't want it like thick. I want it slightly soupy. I like to sup the ham stock with the bean. Oh man, is it ever good. And then I sprinkle it. I chop some Italian flat leaf parsley, chop it up real good, and then sprinkle that on top of it. And then I have it with a little small salad, just the basic lettuce and shaved carrots, red onion, the sweet onion, and some cabbage in there too. What else? I'm forgetting a vitally important ingredient. A little celery. Anyway, I make a small salad, and then I make my own home dressing, which is really just red wine vinegar and a light canola oil, which is good because some people say, no, use olive oil. Yeah, I use olive oil, but when you put the bottle in the refrigerator, it hardens up. So I want it to, and then to that, in the cruet, I put a teaspoon of brown mustard, some dry onion powder, half teaspoon, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of white pepper, and then I let that ferment overnight. And then, oh man, that is, oh, some red pepper flakes too, always. Man, I tell you, that is the most delicious salad dressing. And some people say, oh no, you got to put sugar in. I don't like sweet in my salad and in my soup. Excuse me. And then I have some of my homemade bread with it. So the black-eyed peas, which I'm going to eat more than one bowl, because once you taste it, it is so freaking good, like grandma food, you know. You go for another bowl, and in that bowl you want pieces of that ham from that hock. Because not only does the ham, smoked ham, make it taste good, but those ham bones season the stock water. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit because I'm going to get ready to put the black-eyed peas in. So anyway, so there's the bread machine right there. I made a 2 pound loaf of bread. You've seen the picture on my website. Turned out pretty good. It's an egg bread. And also I used 2 tablespoons of fresh butter in it. So it really should have a nice soft texture to it, you know. For we who are middle-aged and have sort of softer teeth. So let's see now, what was I going to show you? Oh, the bread flour. For a bread machine you want bread flour. That's why the bread roast so good. It has a higher protein count than regular all-purpose flour. So that's important. And then the yeast that I use, it comes in a jar, but you have to refrigerate it after you open it. Vitally important. If you put it in the cupboard, you've ruined it after you've opened it. But I let it get room temperature. See, refrigerate after. It says right on top, but I've read online that a lot of dum-dums don't do that. It also has directions on the jar on, you know, what a packet is and how many teaspoons and such, but that is active dry yeast. Now there's another Fleischmann's yeast made specifically for bread machines, and I didn't see that in the store. And I'm thinking, maybe the rising problem so the top won't sink in. I want the top high and rounded. Maybe I should buy the bread machine dry yeast. So I'll have to go to a good supermarket to look for that, because the store I went to was just obviously not well stocked. Probably Rayleigh's would have it, you know. But yeah, so if you're thinking about, and I'm telling you this because if you're thinking about getting a bread machine and stuff, know that you're going to have bread flour on hand at all times. It takes like 4 cups. Your bread flour will go quick if you make bread every other day. So, you know, you're going to need a couple of bags on hand. I just bought the machine that I have here. Smooth it, kitty. I have to diet those cats. This is a Sunbeam one, and it was relatively cheap. It was $38, and it makes 2 pounds. And look here. See all the things? I don't have to have it bake the bread, but it has settings and recipes for whole wheat, sweet bread, express quick bake, and then it for dough. So like, you know how the sourdough bread is in the store, the round, you know, like old-fashioned style, a big round thing that's cut. I could put it on the dough setting and make bread that way. If I had the sourdough starter, which I really want to get, you have to order it from Walmart and stuff. So I love sourdough bread with butter on it. Just a slice with my morning coffee. Oh hell, man, that is so fucking good. And you know, I'm all about enjoying life. Too many people create stress for themselves because of their mind is disorganized, and I have a couple of incurable diseases that are working on trying to kill me, okay? So my time on planet Earth is not going to be 85 years old. It's not going to be 75. I'll probably be lucky reaching 70 with the lifespan stats on, you know, AIDS and diabetes. It's, you know, you're going to have AIDS a little bit more. Some people have had it since '84, but they've developed humpbacks and big bellies. That's called lipodystrophy, by the way. Lipodystrophy is a kind of fat that forms from taking antiviral drugs, the drugs that you take for HIV, over a long period of time, and it gives people a weird humpback on the back of their neck and a big belly, like I said. It's working on my belly. No matter what I do to try to exercise it, sit-ups and stuff, it's still there. I might have to get some kind of like laser thing that they've been showing on TV and fix my belly up. But at this point right now, I don't really care about vanity. I just care about life. So, but you know, since you kind of have a short time on planet Earth, I'd like to do fun things for myself, kind of myself, like cook home cooking, because I have nobody. My parents are dead, my mom's gone, my older brothers are gone, I'm really all alone. I do have a younger brother, but the phone never rings. I always have to make the first contact, and that's okay because they both have their lives. They wished me a happy birthday on the phone, and really that was very sweet of them. But you know, otherwise they're just too busy to think about their sick relative, and I guess I don't blame them, really. They've got kids and stuff, so okay, whatever. I don't hate them. And you know, since my friend Mark died, I really don't have anybody to care about and cook and make things for. So I do it for myself, and I feel good too. It's comforting to sit down to a nice dinner, even though it's just you. It's comforting, you know, and I'm not gonna go out and buy junk food and ruin my health, you know, because my A1C blood sugar test is excellent, they told me. And the T cells are up, and the virus is undetectable in me because I take the meds regularly. So I'm okay, I'm doing okay. Blood pressure is kind of an issue, but that's when I get upset. This is kind of dark in here. Excuse me, I've got... the coffee kind of gave me indigestion. Let's look outside at the air quality. It was in the unhealthy range. Now see, I can see that mountain over there. Here, I'll point it to you. There's a mountain over there that should come out. See that? When the air is real bad, you can't even see that, okay? So the air is not as bad. And then there's some more mountains through here, through that hole in the trees. Look, see? I can see them. So that means good, but not totally good, because there still is a haze. And I can see the mountain way back there too. So, you know, it's not like you're going to run out and go into it, because it's still over 100 in the unhealthy range. If you've got allergies or asthma, you don't go out in this kind of air. You stay inside. I know it's summer and you want to go out and enjoy the sun and fun, but not in a fire area. That's just plain stupid, because, you know, you have an asthma attack, you can die if you don't have your inhaler on you. So and it's hot out there right now. I didn't really mention it while I was out there, but it's like 92 or 3. Not too bad. So the hotter the air is, the worse the smog is from the fire that is blowing up here from California in a southwesterly direction. So I'm going to have a cup of coffee in my Batman cup. And this has been cooking for about, see that bubble went down, because, you know, that's just enough water for all those black-eyed peas, and I want it juicy. See, so you put, I'm just going to cover it like that, see, like that, my old pot. But yeah, so anyway, if you've never heard of black-eyed peas, do try them, because you know, they're high in fiber, and they've got all these nutrients in them and stuff that are good for your blood, and the fiber is good for your, you know, your organs, you know, in your mouth, down your throat, in your belly to process, and then through all that winding sausage-like intestinal tract. The more fiber you have, like plus the salad, it pulls all the stuff that sticks to the walls of those of your abdomen, you know, those sausage-like things. It's like a mile long. That's, you know, and those things take the nutrients out too. So they suck it out somehow. But it also cleans the walls of your intestinal tract, and that's good, because, you know, people that get colon cancer are people that, you know, never had a real super high fiber diet. So gunk gets in there and stays, and compounds, plus all the junk in our food and in our air that we're consuming, and stays there and makes polyps and cancer. Think about it, man. I know, black-eyed peas, ew, I know, Brussels sprouts, ew, I know. But you gotta stop being stupid and childish thinking like that. It really is stupid. I don't mean to insult you. I'm just saying that thinking is just dumb, you know. Sometimes you got to eat and do things that you don't really want to do, you know, just for the sake of health and so forth. So that's a little pep talk. You know, I'm approaching 60. I just turned 58, and I got the wisdom of the world. Look at that chubby little cat. She's wanting something to eat. She just had a little snack earlier. You're not getting anything till dinner. That is their wheatgrass from the store I bought yesterday, and they've already... well, they've been chewing on that, and I rinsed it off, and I keep that clean. She's going to start gnawing on it, that beautiful little tiger. Look at that little gray tiger. She's thinking I'm going to give her something. No, chew on that. Your dinner's not till 5 o'clock. You don't overfeed your pets. Don't be stupid, because that fat gets in around their little heart and around their rib cage and lungs, and pushes in on them, and they have trouble breathing and stuff from overfeeding. You know, if you see people with fat dogs, they're abusing them. Really, they don't, not intentionally, but you know, you just give them food in the morning, and then for dinner, and maybe a little handful of dry food at noontime. All right, maybe that might be overkill, but I don't think so. The doctor said a half a cup of dry food a day for the cats. So it's really not a hell of a lot, you know, but I buy the good, this is way within my affordable range. It's expensive though, but the Iams brand, I can't afford the Science Diet and to pay $20 for, I have to try to, you know, live within my means, and that's healthy though. That's a step above Friskies and those other things, and they like it. They, you know, they love it. They eat it, and Look, she's wanting me to give her some. But I want you to chew on that nutritious wheatgrass. People, that's sold in the store, people eat it. They put it in a blender with other things, a Jack LaLanne blender, and they make health drinks, and then they put that wheatgrass in there, and boy, it's got all kinds of nutrients, you know. It's hella good, but the idea of eating grass kind of bothers some people, sensitive people. So, but yeah, I just wanted to show you about, you know, if you really have a yen for what things I cook, although they may seem kind of unusual. See, anything that is nutritious, I found that most people don't like Brussels sprouts and black-eyed peas and split pea soup. And, you know, if you want to have a good system, you know, like your car, you change the oil regularly and keep all the fluids up inside there and it lasts. It's the same thing with food, man. And really, I'm just trying to keep my body intact for as long as possible so I can live as long as possible while I battle this diabetes shit and the other thing, the virus, you know. Why help it? So I don't drink. Sometimes I think about having a little like a vodka and orange juice, something like that, or a martini or something, you know, one of those kind of faggy drinks. But you know, they're you drink a couple of them, you won't call it faggy, but some guys do, you know, ones with the testosterone overload, but they're really good. But no, I don't. I keep a little bit of alcohol to put in recipes, but no, I have not drunk. I don't even have wine. You're really supposed to have a cup of wine a day, but you know, the price of wine, and you just don't know if you're getting the good stuff or getting the bad stuff. You really don't know. I don't know anything about wine. Maybe I should learn with my free time, but red I would prefer. Anyway, and I don't do any drugs like meth or cocaine or any of those things. No, boy, they really screw you up and your whole teeth fall out and everything in time. You know, after you do it for a long time, that stuff. Marijuana I kind of debate because it's actually, I've stopped smoking, so any inhalation of smoke. But you know, now with the marijuana, they have it in the edibles, they call it, they mix it in food. But I don't know if you're getting the right amount or if they're kind of screwing you and charging a high price for that stuff and you're not getting your money's worth. So eventually I will, since weed can be bought at the store here in Nevada, I will buy, and it's the only max you can buy is, I think they said an eighth, something, an eighth or an ounce. I don't know how big those are, but that's okay. I just put a little bit in a pipe and just try it. I don't think I'll go back to smoking now. Being that, you know, for a pack of smokes, it's just almost $7 here in Nevada with all the taxes and stuff. Really? And then it like gets in your house. Oh, I wanted to show you before. This movie's going to be, chit-chat movie's going to be kind of long, but I've just got things to talk to. I have nobody to talk to. I'm like starved. You know? I want to show you. See this dirty glass? Let me see if I can zoom up on it so you can see. No, it won't. It's very foggy. I cleaned the inside, but the outside, I forget. Here, I want to show you here. And the screen too. Well, let's see if we can zoom in on that. If we can pick up that nasty stuff. No, it won't let me show. Oh, I know, the finger. See, that glass should be clean because it's really hard to get off too. See, I'm doing this and I really got to press hard. Look at my finger, just in that one spot, and I cleaned that glass last month. I mean, it gets in the screen, but this is all the fire. Look, this is all that matter, particulate matter, and up here, you see that? That's particulate matter, and that is what gets in the respiratory system and puts people in the hospital. See, this window's not too bad because it's kind of sheltered by the roof, see? I cleaned this glass too. I can feel it on there, but it's not that strong. So, But yeah, no, I clean that with rubbing alcohol. I just I can get a bottle of ammonia and some rubbing alcohol, the non-sudsy kind, and really kind of like wash it down with a rag first to get, because it's hard to get off, and then do it again. You're gonna need to do like 2 or 3 rubbings. That's how bad that stuff is. And then, you know, even on the car, I took the car and got it washed, spent about, you know, I did the wax thing, $8, and that smoke matter is all over that clean car, and I only got that car cleaned like 3 or 4 days ago. Okay, so that smoky shit gets on your paint and your windshield and just, you know, and it's really aggravating because, you know, I think that these fires are started by, look at those two, look at them. I think these fires are started by firebugs. It's just too many fires and all at once, you know. That means humans are involved. Nasty humans that I would like to watch. Voyeurism. Watch the cops smack them with the billy club a few times. No, really, I'm not into violence, but in this case I am. Because not only have the firebugs started the fires and it cost millions of dollars to fight those fires. The city's in debt already. But people lose their house and their pets die in the fire. The cats and the dogs, if they're not caught in time, okay? And then they keep thinking how their animal burned alive. All their pictures, all their stuff we spend a lot of money on, all of our DVDs and our flat screen TV, that shit costs money. When you accumulate and you know, cost it out, and all because somebody thought it was they got their sexual gratification on starting fires. I say sexual in that reference because I have been reading and studying. You know how I like to research. That's why I'm called Link Digger. It's an erotic sexual satisfaction that the firebug gets by starting the fire. And I know, it's weird and sick. You know, how can they get horny? But they do. And even this video camera I'm looking right now, it looks like the particulate matter has gotten in on the lens some. But you know, I have found that before I go, let me see if I can show you how far that dirt blows in. Let's see. Look up here. Now I go over that with a Swifter above the door. Is that blurry? Focus? Okay. See that dirt? Look. I use a Swifter on that regularly to get the dust off. That is all recent dirt that is blown in here through that window from that fan sitting on that table. In fact, that table, it's kind of dark in here. I'm hoping this light will adjust, but I waxed and polished this table. I've even put a picture on it. My friend's parquet table. Look at my fingers when I do that. Okay, my golden lucky leopard. Covered. The lampshade is filthy. It needs to be vacuumed. And even the fan, which I cleaned and put a special cleaner to get all the ribs and the fan blades, it's dirty again. All because of fire smoke. You're watching me, aren't you? You want me to feed you, and I'm not. You've had enough. Your belly is full. It's not dinner time. I said 5 o'clock. Okay, I gotta go, man. These cats are just too much. Like an old lady fussing over cats. Well, they're like my kids. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I like to kind of talk like a human to you guys so you can get a load of how I am. You may not like me after, or you may like me more, whatever. I don't know. I like to be real. So have a great weekend, okay? Take care. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.